act of having a slave is accepted in the Bible. It had affected our economy in a great way, and our country will fall to others who continue slave trade. And slave was already existent in Africa, and they were mistreated there also. First, many passages in the Bible states that slavery is allowed. For example, however, you may purchase male or female slaves from among the foreigners who live among you. You may also purchase the children of such resident foreigners, including those who have been born in your land. You may treat them as your property, passing them on to your children as a permanent inheritance. You may treat your slaves like this, but people of Israel, your relatives, must never be treated this way. This passage from the Bible explains how to buy slaves and when it is allowed. Therefore, since the Bible states that you are allowed to own slaves, then maybe slavery isn't a bad thing after all. Secondly, slave trade is the main source of money for many European countries. Without slave trade, not only does it affect the economy of your country, but can affect greatly on us merchants. Must ruin the property of the English merchants in the West Indies, diminish the public revenue, and impair the maritime strength of Great Britain. This quote explained that the abolishment of slavery describes how harmful the abolishment of slavery will be to our country. Slavery is a large source of wealth, and without this source, we will become much weaker and will fall to the countries that still continue to have slavery. Lastly, even if we abolish slave trade, Africa will still continue it because it is a very large source of commerce for them as well. Plus, the slaves are mistreated in Africa, so it would benefit them by taking them away from their homeland. This passage is from the Bible as well. When a man strikes his male or female slave with a rod so hard that the slave dies under his hand, he shall be punished. If, however, the slave survives for a day or two, he is not to be punished, since the slave is his own property. This passage from the Bible explains that if the owner of the slave mistreats them and kills the slave, then he is going to be punished. As you can see, slavery is not a bad thing after all. The Bible, our holy book, accepts slavery, therefore it should be allowed. Slave trade is helpful to commerce, and without it, our power would be weaker than the other countries that have more wealth from slavery. Plus, slavery existed before we started trading with Africa. They were mistreated, and if we take them, we will treat them better and they will live happier lives. Therefore, slavery should not be abolished.